What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're specifically going to be looking at XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. If we have time, obviously the S&P 500. Specifically in today's episode, we are going to be looking at the very interesting formations and patterns happening within the market. As you guys know, the past couple of days, we've been very honed in and looking at the way cryptocurrency has been booming in the past couple of days. We've been seeing some pretty much all-time highs for 2020, and it's now pretty much at the time where we have to consider, are we going to keep heading up? If it does, is it going to be FOMO buying in? Or are we going to see a reversal and a correction to the downside? These are questions that is running through everybody's mind. So obviously, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, as we will be answering this in today's episode. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial, and leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, so yesterday's episode, I discussed how I'm all in on XRP. Analysts agree XRP Ripple will hit all-time highs in 2020, and I'm pretty firm on the belief that we are going to be seeing some pretty crazy movements in 2020. I mean, this year alone has been absolutely incredible in regards to the market. I mean, we've seen Bitcoin in 2020 as low as, I believe it was, this is back in 2020, in March. We were as low as $3,800. March of 2020, $3,800, and the coin is now $18,000. Think about that. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. We've like almost quadrupled, if not more. We've went up 6 times. 6, 12, 18. Think about that. 6 times your investment. That means if you had invested only, let's say, $30,000 into the market in March, 30,000. And you I don't even know what that number is. 30 times 6, it would be 180,000. Your 30,000 holding on to now would be 180 grand. I mean, that is an incredible come up in literally less than a year. You've heard it here. I mean, it's incredible. It's the most we've ever seen, especially compared to the S&P 500 or things like that. Excuse me. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this, but keeps me awake. So in regards to where exactly the market is moving to, you guys have to consider a few things. Now, looking at the current coin market cap, things are great. Markets are up. We're seeing a lot of cryptocurrencies boom, Litecoin especially, finally playing catch up because it's been so long since we've seen Litecoin boom. But I really just want to jump right into today's video. Now, I am looking at BitYard for most of my trades, as this is where I, buy long and sell short and leverage trade cryptocurrency. I've been kind of at ease just for the past couple of days. We made a big play and a big run when we shot all the way up here. We actually made just a couple, quite a bit. A lot of you guys on my Patreon also made quite a bit of money as well. Basically, buying in the second we saw a break above this resistance, we had a sideways channel inside a symmetrical triangle. So the second we confirmed a break above this downtrend and this sideways resistance, we knew a confirmation close would allow us to buy in and capitalize off the run to the upside, which we did make money off of. Now we have to consider what exactly is happening next. Where are we going to be headed to? Is the consolidation going to lead to a break to the upside, or are we going to correct lower? Obviously, if we see any sort of reason for a correction back down to supports, we'll know to buy in. You can see the market actually is getting held by I think this is our 5-day moving average, which really, or no, sorry, that's not the 5-day. Yeah, it is. This is the 5-day moving average. Really not something I'm too worried about. It's not that strong. We've obviously broken above it before and broken below it, but it's really not that much of a pattern. We're fairly, above these resistances and these supports and these moving averages. So really, we have to just spend quite a bit of time looking at these things on another basis. Obviously, if you guys are interested in checking out BitYard, I did link it in the description down below. I also want to shout out Patreon for those of you that don't have it or don't know what it is. So basically, Patreon is where I've been sharing or releasing all of my trades. Specifically, I don't do it on YouTube because it's not as time sensitive. By the time I have it edited, uploaded, and posted on YouTube, it's kind of too late for whatever run I've been using. So these are where live updates are posted. As you guys can clearly see, I do have, quite a bit of options for you guys. We have over 88 people right now that have joined into Patreon, and there's some huge communities right there. So if you're interested in learning my trades, how I buy long, how I sell short, when to buy in, when to buy long in regards to what I do, definitely make sure to check it out. I did link Patreon in the description down below, and there's a huge community of people that also share their trades and when they buy in and when they sell short. So definitely make sure to check out Patreon. Now, moving on to the rest of the way the markets have been moving right now, you guys can see pretty much that XRP has been seeing some very interesting plays. So we did break bullish, and you can see really my main focus on XRP is looking at its weekly charts. These are the daily right now. You can see we're not really seeing much movement right now. It's harder to track, but mainly when we jump to the weekly chart, you get a better understanding of what exactly is happening. So in regards to when to buy in and when to sell short, this is what we're writing on. So there's 3 days and 9 hours left in this weekly candle. You can see we're hitting resistance right here. And basically what I said in the past couple of episodes, and I'm going to continue to say that, is I need to see where this candle closes. If we manage to close this candle above resistance, above the moving average, we know we're going to be popping off. We know we're going to be heading up higher into the moving average. Vice versa, if we close this weekly candle below this resistance, we're going to have a struggle. We're going to have some uncertainty. We may correct a little bit lower, and we'll obviously short that. So we really have to see where this candle closes. So I personally don't plan on investing in the next 3 days and 9 hours. After this week closes, come Monday or Sunday night, we'll get a better general thesis of what exactly is going on, and we'll know whether or not we'll be buying in or selling off short. Until then, I'm going to play conservative, and I'm going to wait until I see which direction that's moving to. Now, the second we saw the breakout above this resistance here, this symmetrical triangle we had drawn, you can see the anticipation of the sideways movement within the price of XRP. We had this happen for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We had 9 weeks of pretty much just sideways trading in between this channel right here. We knew the second we saw confirmation where a candle actually managed to close above the 26-cent resistance, or sorry, this is 25-cent resistance, or below the 23-cent support, we knew either direction was going to reference a buy-in opportunity. If we closed below this support, we knew we were going to short it down to the downside. We knew if we closed above this resistance, we'd swing up to the moving average at 29 cents, which is exactly what happened. So it was a very easy read. It was just, when are we going to see that movement? Obviously, it was out of this consolidation, this long sideways trend, the second we saw confirmation, because we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks of just sideways movement where the price literally could not close above resistance or close below support. It happened over and over again. We knew the second we saw confirmation above that, channel, it was a buy-in opportunity. So this week closed above there, and we knew to buy in, and then obviously we're going to, buy long all the way up to the moving average, which is exactly where the price went. That's where it wanted to reach. Now you're seeing resistance because the moving average has had resistances in the past. You can see it back here in August, and you can see the resistance all the way back here in June. So we've had this problem multiple times. We're now retesting this again. You can see we have wicked above this resistance before on the moving average. That's why I want to see, are we going to close below here like we've done here in the past, where we eventually start to reverse downwards again? Or are we going to close above this resistance and finally be able to take on some, higher level prices? If we do decide to do that, obviously the rest of the market is going to see some really, really, really big pushes into all-time highs. We're going to see, obviously, Bitcoin over 20,000. It is a guarantee, and we're going to be heading very high up. Obviously, Bitcoin usually swings first, and if we see Bitcoin start to pump, I'm going to be dumping a lot of money into XRP. We're going to be capitalizing off this movement. So Ethereum is starting to see a little bit of issues now that the prices are heading so much higher. There's less resistance. There's less charting that's available for us to make general decisions. The only thing that I know for Ethereum right now is that it is hitting its resistance right now. You can see there is massive amounts of uncertainty in this market where prices are swinging above, and it's also swinging below this resistance line. So it really looks like it wants to break downwards, but obviously if we manage to close, honestly, I would move this up to here. If we manage to close above this resistance here, we're going to swing upwards, and this would merely only be FOMO, as we would be extremely overbought. Granted, I would honestly anticipate a correction to the downside, so I'm waiting for a short on Ethereum, but it really depends on how Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies want to go. Like Litecoin is pumping even higher. It's now overbought. You can see it's heading very high up. So let's see how the market plays out. Bitcoin is not higher than its previous all-time high for 2020 yesterday. So we'll see where this coin wants to go. But honestly, it's already overbought and it's continuing to pump higher. So I wouldn't be surprised if we take this all the way up to $20,000 to $25,000, guys. This is the market, guys. Take a risk a little bit. I'm no financial advisor. Take my advice with a grain of salt. Do some research on your own, but honestly, if you're not in the game, why are you watching the videos? So get ready to buy in, get ready to see a run and a pump in Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies. Lastly, just to wrap up today's episode, S&P 500, as expected, we saw an uncertainty candle form last week. We're starting to see a reversal. This could be a reversal candle, and we can start to see the market fall back down to the neckline support at 32.57. That's where I expect the market to go. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's episode. Definitely make sure to check out my Patreon link in the description down below. Make sure to follow me on YouTube. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as it does help support the YouTube algorithm. About to hit 19,000 on Crypto TV. Definitely make sure to smash that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.